Think we are live. Yep. Um, Good evening, church. At the beginning of Lent, we talked about meeting every Wednesday evening for a gathering, for time together. This isn't what we expected. This isn't what we had planned. And here we are. I'm sitting in my dining room, and you're sitting wherever you are. And um, normally we would shake hands or hug each other or sit next to each other. And tonight we're apart. And we're going to be apart for a while, it seems. Um, this is the new reality. This is the new for us, and it's not normal yet. And I don't want it to be normal, but it's where we are. And so we're using what we can um, to stay as connected as we can, at least in the short term. So tonight we're having our meditation gathering here. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Hopefully it's beneficial to you. For the Scandia community, just two quick things for you to be praying about. Cynthia is in the hospital, and some of her levels are not great. So if you could continue to pray for Cynthia and Shannon as well. Um, we talked to her, so please keep those two in your prayer. I'm gonna just do a couple announcement type things, and then we're gonna get into our study, and then I'll try to repeat some of those announcements at the end for those who might come late and miss those. Um, Obviously, this isn't normal. We put out a statement the other day that we're canceling Sunday morning worship. That's not going to happen as we know it. We are going to do a worship experience via video. That'll be up here on Facebook. It will also be on our website. And so we hope that you can join us Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. I read an article where it is important to keep routine as best you can. And so we hope that you can join us for worship Sunday morning at 10. We're going to have that up here on Facebook. It'll also be on our website. It's going to be simple. It's not going to be normal, but it's going to be for us. So we hope that you can do that. Another thing that we're going to be doing, this is going to be a regular thing for us, this nighttime. I'm starting a thing. Tonight's the first one. From now on, at least for the foreseeable future, every evening at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be here. Maybe not in my dining room, but I'm going to be here on Facebook Live, and we're going to do a live event. And I'm just calling it evening prayers. It's going to be short. It's going to be simple. It's just a way for us to stay connected, a touch point in our day, a time to pause and refocus ourselves. I hope you can join me. I hope that you set that time aside at 8 o'clock in the evenings. I hope that this works. I hope technology works, that we can make this happen. But that's going to be every night moving forward. We don't have an end date. So we're just going to keep doing this every night at 8 o'clock. Just a short time. We're calling it evening prayers. Hope that you can tune in with that. We already mentioned Sunday morning is going to be a little different. We are having church, but it's going to look a little different. Everything's going to be a little different, right? Giving to the church, tithing to the church has to look a little different too. Normally we just drop that in the offering plate as it passes by. We can't do that, right? We're not passing anything. It's not easy anymore. We just want to, right now, we have two ways for you to continue to give to the ongoing mission of the church. You can mail your gift via check to the church at 18 Peterson Road, Russell, Pennsylvania. The zip code is 16345. We also have an online giving option. You can do that on our website. There's a little tab in the top right corner that says giving. You can do that via PayPal or credit card. Feel free to use those options as you are able to. We look around us and we see We see people in fear, right? We see people who are afraid, and if we're really honest, we're afraid at times too, right? Um, we see people hoarding things, and we feel like maybe we should be doing it too. We see people who are maybe not thinking clearly, and it causes us moments of panic or moments of grief. So I just want to, we're going to look at Isaiah 41 tonight, the first few verses of Isaiah 41, because I think there's something for us. It's not a normal passage that we would read maybe on a Sunday, but there's something I think for us. And so if you'll allow me, I'm just going to read Isaiah 41. Be silent before me, you islands. Let the nations renew their strength. Let them come forward and speak. Let us meet together at the place of judgment. Who has stirred up one from the east, calling him in righteousness to his service? He hands nations over to him and subdues kings before him. He turns them to dust with his sword, to windblow chaff with his bow. He pursues them and moves on unscathed by a path his feet have not traveled before. Who has done this and carried it through, calling forth the generations from the beginning? I, the Lord, with the first of them, and with the last I am he. The islands have seen it, and fear the ends of the earth tremble. They approach and come forward. Each helps the other and says to his brother, be strong. The craftsman encourages the goldsmith, and he who smooths with the hammer spurs on him who strikes the anvil. He says to the welding, it is good. He nails down the idol so it will not topple. But you, O Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, you descendants of Abraham, my friend, I took you from the ends of the earth. From its farthest corners I called you. I said, you are my servant. I have chosen you, and I have not rejected you. I'm going to pause right there just for a second. Those first 9 verses are kind of odd, but in them I want you to see a couple things before we go to verse 10. In the first couple verses, we see God calling rulers to judgment. God is the one who is the judge. Then we see God saying like that he rules the rulers of nations. And then we see God calling nations into being, the creation of nations. He's the one who does that. And then in these last couple verses I read to you about Israel, God chooses his people. He calls them. He calls us to his servanthood. And that's all lived out through Jesus. But let's look at verse 10. That's the verse I want to focus us on tonight. Verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. In that one short verse, there's 5 different things that we can grab. And these are 5 things that I just see are crucial for us right now. 5 things. Let's look at verse 10 again. So do not fear, because I am with you. Do you feel that? Do you know that God is with you? I mean, I know that you know it in your head, but do you walk with that? Did you walk with that today? I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, and I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God gives us these like words, these things to combat our fear. I am with you. I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you. Where is your hope? Where is your... It is easy to get on social media, to be on Facebook and Twitter and wherever else you are, and be in fear and be discouraged and be worried. Are you living in that? Are you allowing that to dictate how you live your life, how you're walking your faith out? Or is it possible that these five things, these five simple little truths, are the things that we need to walk us through our day? I am with you. I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you. At the beginning of Lent, I challenged Scandia to stop doing some things. In some way fast, in some way give things up, in some way change a routine. And whether we like it or not, our routine has been changed for us. Because of this pause, are you spending more time online? Are you spending more time on TV? Are you spending more time? Are you living out the truth that God has for us? Are you pausing? Are you breathing? Are you spending time in His Word? Are you using this extra time as extra time? Are you remembering these truths? I want to give them to you one more time. God says, I am with you. I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you. And He says at the very beginning of that verse, do not fear. And then He says again, do not be dismayed. In the midst of promises, He also tells us that we aren't to fear. Our hope and our help does not come from what we see around us. It doesn't come from the stockpile of things that we could get, but it comes through His Son, Jesus Christ. Hope that it's helpful for you. I hope you live that out. I hope you're reminded of that. A lot of times we know things in our head and our heart needs to catch up later. Hope this is helpful for your heart. Just to kind of recap a couple quick announcements. Every night at 8 o'clock, we're going to do a short little time here together. We're just calling it evening prayers. I'm going to be here every night at 8 o'clock. I hope you can join us. I hope you can tell other people to join us. Not for my sake, not for our church's sake, but so that we're connected, so that God has a place in our lives, that we're not living in fear, but we have hope. Sunday morning is going to look different. We are not gathering at Scandia this Sunday. We're going to have worship at 10 o'clock. We're going to have a link up to a Facebook, not to Facebook, to a YouTube video of worship. We're compiling that now. We will have worship Sunday morning. I hope you can join us at 10 o'clock. That'll be up here and on our website. Giving can be done through the mail or through our website. Friends, before we go, I just want to pray for you real quick. So wherever you are, can you just pause for a second? Can you still yourself? Can I pray for you? God, you know us and you see us. You know the moments where our hearts are troubled, where we are fearful of what is next, where we're concerned, not necessarily for our neighbors, but for ourselves. Would you remind us of your love for us, of who you've called us to be and how you've called us to live? Would you remind us of the truths that we've seen tonight from Isaiah? Father God, whoever hears this, I just pray that you bless them and you remind them of your love for them, that you calm them, You speak words of wisdom to their heart tonight. God, we thank you and we praise you for all that you've done through your Son, Jesus Christ. And we ask this all in his precious name. Amen. Good night, friends. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow night at 8. And if not, we'll see you Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I won't physically see you, but hopefully you can join us Sunday at 10 a.m. for morning worship there as well. Have a good night. Blessings, and wash your hands.